Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan
And Angela.
from...
Oh, you have one.
I do have one.
Okay, good.
That's so smart. I went and got an RNA Music
Good job.
t-shirt. You have the Force tee when you need to use excessive force on people.
Yes, it's one of my favorite tees.
Yeah, and I have the classic
Nice and soft.
Phoenix logo, Firebird, because we're on fire at RNA Music. And we are here with a slightly late episode of Ask RNA.
Sorry, guys.
Where you get to ask Ryan and Angela some questiones. Today is Sunday, the 7th.
Yes.
Sunday the 7th. This should have been out on like Friday, Saturday, but it's not. And we'll tell you why in just a minute. But welcome to the show. We're so excited to see y'all guys. Let's get rolling.
Okay.
Alrighty, welcome back. As we said, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Angela.
And we own a little guitar shop, music store, music lesson studio, deep in the heart of Texas. And we are not there today.
No.
Right now we are at home, Casa de RNA.
Casa de Lali.
Casa de Lali. And we'll fill you in. So normally we try to shoot our Ask RNA videos. Well, let me sum up. Let me rewind. If you're new here, welcome. This is one of our videos. This is our most consistent video that we do, where we answer questions from people all over the plane of existence.
People all over the world.
Which is super fun. And we've got some questions today we're going to answer from some folks in Englandshire.
All over the places.
Texas.
Do we have Alaska coming in today?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
Tokyo,
anyways,
tuning
no, there's no Japan today. I don't know where Fat Philosopher is this week.
Oh, wow.
He may have left a comment, but anyways. So we're going to answer some questions. And I completely forgot what I was saying. If you're new here, subscribe, hit the bell. You get notified. Okay, I was like, what's going on? I'm actually trying to use the good microphone today.
Yeah.
We'll see which is better, the actual mic or the camera mic, which is a nice mic. All the mics all up in here.
All the mics
right up in here today.
Up in her.
It's been a while since we used that mic, so I wanted to test it again.
It'll be interesting.
See what's up. We got the Logic Pro doing its pro thing back there. And anyways, if you're new, subscribe. You old timers, I don't want to say old timers.
Yes.
What do I want to say? The faithful family members.
Yes, there you go.
Who've been with us
RNA
for a
fam.
while. The RNA fam. Go ahead, thumbs up right now, please. Hit that. Gives us a little boost in the algorithm.
There you go.
And so we're gonna get to y'all's questions right here, quick and hurry. If you want to get an RNA Music T-shirt and support a literal mom and pop shop,
you know you do.
Small town, you go link down in the description down below. You can go to our Teespring store. You can get the Force tee in a hoodie, or some jogging pants. Actually, they're leggings. Some Force tee socks.
I would like to get a hoodie and Force tee. I don't have one like that.
I don't have one.
That's nice.
We should make that happen.
Paint on my shirt because I've worn this a lot.
Yeah, that's seen some mileage.
It has. But yeah, you can get
the
leggings.
Classic one, or the official corporate logo one.
Cuppa,
we don't hardly ever wear the corporate logo one, but you can get it if you want. Go down there and with all of that bookkeeping, housekeeping out of the way, let's get to the questions. All right, and first question comes from Australia. Crikey, mate.
Okay.
Good eye. It's not Pat. It's Frankie Chan, who is a Schecter lover.
Love it.
As are we. Schecter do this. Frankie says, new Schecter question. Paper right here. Frankie says, does the Schecter Hellraiser Extreme Solo 6 come in other color combos? See how we spelled color?
I love that.
Color. That is the correct spelling, probably. Maybe. Then you're set. 3 color sunburst with maple fretboard, trans quilted with dark, trans red quilted with dark fretboard, trans black flame with maple fretboard. So I have 3 Schecter Solo 6 Hellraiser Extremes, and he has seen them. That's what he's talking about.
Yes.
I asked because I've spotted a trans black quilted with dark fretboard here in Australia. It is neck through, 4 control knobs, has the correct binding, cross inlays, active pickups, locking tuners, and quilted veneer is even on the headstock.
Ooh,
Other
nice.
side of the country for me, though, and double the price of the prototype I have, but I am very tempted
Yeah, that's intense going on the other side of the country.
Well, the other side of the continent isn't Australia technically a continent?
Yes. I don't know if they have countries on the continent of Australia.
There's just Australia.
It's just Australia.
Australia is Australia, and it is freaking huge.
They have like, I don't know if it's provinces or...
Yeah, I think that's how they break it down.
Yeah.
It's freaking massive. I mean,
well,
you thought Texas...
Correct us if we're wrong.
You thought Texas was large, and it is. Australia is almost bigger than Texas. I mean, it's just gargantuan. So, but Frankie's talking about, I actually have the one. We're at home. Actually, this is our home. We mentioned that. I do have one of my Schecters here at the house, and he's talking about... This bad boy, or girl, I don't know. Are guitars boys or girls?
Girls.
Or they're circles. They're inanimate objects, right? So this is that sort of trans red with a quilted top, matching quilted headstock, which is kind of nice. Frankie, you are correct. That is an actual Schecter Hellraiser Dream Solo 6 you're looking at. They did make a black, transparent black quilted, which is the sister to this lovely lady, ebony fretboard. So these are the ebony fretboard ones had quilted tops, and the flame maple fretboards had the flame tops. Right. So there was a difference because they did a run of these with flame maple fretboards, and then there were some with ebony fretboards.
Right.
The ebonies have quilted tops. The flame maple fretboards have flame maple tops.
Right. Right.
Yes, Frankie, that is legit one that I have yet to come across myself. Here, available. That would probably complete my Schecter Hellraiser Extreme collection if I were to find one of those. I'm not going to buy one from Australia though, because the shipping to here is redonkulous. But yeah, I do have 2 of the maple fretboard ones and 1 ebony, and I like it. Question for the audience. Perhaps Mrs. RNA can shed light on this. Do you guys and gals have the same guitar in different finishes? Oh. And is that a silly...
Is that normal?
Is that a silly thing to have?
Is that normal?
Now, I know for a fact there are some PRS owners named Art and other PRS owners who have multiple PRSs that are essentially the same guitar, but maybe a different color. You know, I kind of have a thing for... My first sort of foray into collecting guitars was with these Washburn idle guitars, and I basically have several. They're not the same, because there's, you know, that one over there, of course, is a USA Custom Shop on the wall. That is, you know, mahogany body, Paduke top, which is super fine and custom shop. But I have this one, which is a Korean custom, which is, you know, flame black, transparent top, 2-inch body, mahogany, all that sort of stuff. And which this was the first guitar really that I got as an adult. I think that I was really like, oh. This is 2007 when we lived in Tulsa, and we got a decent.
Been with us for a while.
And we got a decent tax return because we had kids and we were broke.
Yeah, so we spent it on a guitar.
So we bought, well, only some of it on the guitar. But I also have another one, which is kind of, some people would say it's the same guitar, but this is not trans black. It's just black.
Right.
And it has a completely different set of fretboard inlays. This is the abalone cross inlays, super sexy. And I think I have I have had 1 or 2 more of this shape of guitar. Right. But there were different colors. Right. One was actually a little bit thinner body. The one I gave Aiden is kind of the same shape, but thinner body, rosewood fretboard. And I know there's got to be some Strat players who have multiple Strats. And like Ike has several tellies. It's like, how many tellies do you need? Do you need more than one telly? Do you need more than one Strat? Do you need more than one of the same guitar? Yes. That's a question for you guys. And Angela just said yes. So she says yes.
No, that's a question for you guys. Yes, let's move on.
That's what she said. Okay. I would like to know, is it redundant to have the same guitar in different color scheme or not? You guys and gals tell us, let us know. Thank you for the question, Frankie. You should probably buy it. if it's within your means and it's not going to cause any problems financially anywhere else.
Right.
All right, next question. Just Fun Guitar from England.
Yeah.
Kind of the mother country of Australia.
Yeah, kind of. I think it is, actually.
I was going to say, like, the wicked stepmother of Australia, because...
No, let's not go there.
You send your naughty kids to places. I don't know.
Let's not go there.
Anyway, England's great. We're going to visit someday.
Yes.
And we should
visit.
And
Australia.
And yes, can't wait to go.
Yeah.
We have some friends in Australia we would love to visit. Just Fun Guitars is hashtag KTMA, hashtag RNA, hashtag RNA Music, hashtag Texas Okies, hashtag Boomer Sooner, hashtag Animal Questions, hashtag UK RNA. Sweet Lord.
I love it.
He has all the hashtags. Thank you. He says, we don't have so much of the milkshakes you have there. We did have a great milkshake place in our little town, but it closed down before the pandemic. We had discussions about milkshakes in last week's, which I forgot what episode we're on. I never even said it. Like 295, whatever. I think it is 295.
Yeah, I think so.
But he says, new question. What's Texas' best native animal and what does it eat? Texas' best native animal.
Yeah.
Other than me.
Right.
Is.
Right.
And I like to eat tacos.
Right.
I asked Angela about that a while ago while I was topping out the question. I was like, what do you think?
Yeah.
Because I was sort of stumped for a minute. And she said...
Armadillo.
And I was like, yes. Perfect answer.
Because that's our state animal, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Because it's on everything.
That's right.
Like, Texas is known for its armadillos.
Armadillos.
Yeah.
Which is like an armored possum. Like, if a possum...
It's like an aardvark.
Yeah, actually, it's like an anteater, basically. That's what an aardvark is. Really.
Yes.
It's like...
An armored anteater, because it has the snout like an anteater, kind of like
a
tail,
tongue,
and
like
it has the tongue like an anteater, and it has like the little ears like a rat, kind of, but it like I don't know, doggy, rat-y, kind of. It's weird. It's a weird animal. It's
really
furry, and it has a shell.
It's fuzzy on the tum-tum.
Yeah, and
armored on its back and sides.
And then it roly-polies.
Yeah, they will roll up in a little ball.
Or they'll jump really high if they're scared.
They will also tear up your yard.
Yes, which we've experienced.
At our front yard, I've come home like, what has happened to the yard? There's like little bitty patches everywhere. Like someone went,
like
it was
someone dug.
It.
Yes, someone. It looks like
little
someone
holes
aerated
about
our
like
yard.
this big.
Yeah.
You know,
about the size of a $50, if you would, I don't know, a silver dollar. It's good size, like a golf ball size holes all over.
They have golf balls in England.
Yes, or ping pong size holes all over the yard. Like,
you're like, what?
Like one morning they're gone, not there. The next morning, like when you go to bed at night, your yard's fine. You wake up and your whole entire yard is dug up.
Yeah, because
hogs do that too. Really,
hogs. Yeah, they do. But they really destroy it.
Yeah, the hogs will destroy everything and uproot trees and stuff. But armadillo, yes, because it likes
ants.
Ants.
They eat ants,
and we have fire ants bad in our yard, so I can imagine they love our yard.
It's like a buffet.
Yes, we have like huge ant mounds in our yard, and they're hard to get rid of because as soon as you poison or you try to kill,
that would be Texas's worst native animal.
Yes, fire ant. Texas fire ants are the worst.
Worst insect, probably.
The worst. Mosquitoes
are bad.
But fire ants are
They also eat termites.
They eat termites and they eat grub worms. They'll dig through, and if you have a garden or anything, they'll try to go around and eat grub worms.
And they do eat like small, I had to look it up, small vertebrates, which I guess is small, like little bitty tiny animals.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably, because they're
worms.
They're carnivores, so whatever gets in their way.
But they also eat fruit too. Some fruit and vegetables, so they're omnivores.
Yes, omnivores.
And sometimes they eat dead stuff, so they're also like your least favorite instrument animal.
I just got chills.
Yeah, so I mean, they're scavengers a little bit, but the best thing is they eat ants and termites, which is great because you don't want ants or termites in your house.
Right.
And they're cute as crap too.
I love armadillos. I think they're adorable.
We had one in our yard, obviously we talked about that, but I found he ran around the side of the house when I came home real late one night. I was like, what's going on? I was like, oh crap, he dug a burrow.
Because they waddle.
They also dig like little tunnels, and they have little burrows. They dig in the ground.
Yes, on the side of our house by our garage, there was like a huge hole.
Yeah, I mean it was
like a small child.
As big around as my head.
Yeah.
Which is like the size of a small child. And
by the shoulder width of a small child could fit in the hole that the armadillo dug on the side of our house. Yeah. It was giant. It was giant.
But they're pretty cool. I mean, they're neat. They're a neat animal. So
they're adorable.
That's the one. Thanks for the question, Chris. Love the animal questions. Oh, and it's time for, I remember this time, comment of the day. And I asked Angela, like, how fast can you compose a theme song, Angela?
I've haven't been working on a
comment of the day.
Comment of the day, yeah. Comment of the day, yeah. You make a comment, we read that comment for comment of the day.
I got messed up because I didn't realize this guitar was in drop tuning. So I went to the wrong chord. Should have been that.
Comment of the day.
I love it. I totally sprung that on her just now.
Yes, just now. I just now came up with that. And literally.
That was magnificent.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we're gonna actually make that a thing. All right, comment of the day goes to Stay Metal Ray. Stay Metal Ray, SMR. Who? SMR.
Oh, SMR.
No, MR. MR Ducks. SMR. All right, Stay Metal Ray, which I kind of knew he watched our videos. I got his YouTube channel has kind of went. Pew! He just took off like he's just.
It'd be nice if ours did.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, we just been doing this like 11 years now. But 11 years now, like 8,000 subscribers, almost 9,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Ray, he kind of popped onto the scene like maybe a year ago,
nice.
Maybe 2 years, but I've kind of been following him for about a year, and he just kind of came on and was like, shwoo, and just took off. And
Good job.
He makes great videos. He demos guitars. That's what he does. Is he demos gear. So our problem is I don't talk about gear enough.
Probably.
But he also has really killer demos, and he plays metal, and he's always smiling.
That's nice.
He's like, you're playing super
heavy.
He's
enjoying himself.
He's super heavy, like aggressive music, and he's like, yeah. Which, why not? Why wouldn't you be happy doing something you love? So anyway,
that's cool.
Stay Metal Ray's comment of the day goes to him. He says, hot take. I always find myself buying expensive guitars, $1,200 to $2,000 range, as it makes me feel like I made a good purchase in my mind. So if I spent the money, then it must mean it's good.
Yeah.
I know that's not true, but it's just how my weird brain works. So we had a discussion last week, which that video did really well. It almost got 1,000 views. Talking about, do you need
We're getting there.
Do you need, is, a $3,000 guitar better than, a $1,000 guitar? And I had that. Like, so that's like that Washburn over there is like a $4,000 guitar. This is like a $900 guitar, Washburn. There are differences.
Yeah.
There are differences, but I wouldn't say that the custom shop Washburn plays 4 times as nice as this guitar. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was our long discussion last week. You can go check that out if you missed it. It was a good discussion. There were a lot of comments about that, and that was Ray's take on that. And he made the comment of the day.
Comment of the day.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate the comment. Appreciate your viewpoint on that. Everybody go check out. If you don't know who Stay Metal Ray is, go check out his YouTube channel. I think you'll enjoy it for sure. Kind of makes me laugh. My dad's name is Ray.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you're not my dad.
Stay Metal, Dad.
You're not my dad.
Yeah.
Ray could be my son. Probably. He's probably old enough or young enough. I'm old enough to be his dad.
Right. There you go.
All right. Thank you, Ray.
Let's
Appreciate
move on.
Next question. Sinner's Dwarf says, since deciding that I'm adding a CMG Ashley to my collection, I've been watching a lot of CMG/Devilcat amps/plaid dot videos. Is there an RNA factory tour of CMG/Devilcat amps planned for the future? What was that?
I don't know.
It's probably our son in his room.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
He's rearranging today.
Awesome.
Good. Yeah, like if you guys don't know, obviously we kind of make a few videos here and there about CMG guitars. We're probably the most visible CMG guitar dealer.
Which is great.
It is. And there have been a lot of folks have bought CMG guitars because of our videos. Because they tell me that.
I love putting other people's product in the hands of other people.
Yeah.
And being like that segue person.
And Chris is not super mega into doing a crap load of social media stuff.
Right.
He's busy doing 17,000 different things. But, CMG Guitars does have their own YouTube channel, I believe. Or at least it's Plaid Dot and Devilcats. And there are videos. You can go watch Chris Mitchell Guitars, demo a bunch of the Devilcat amps.
And probably actually
guitars.
sing.
Yeah. And so there are videos out there, and Chris has done a long time ago did a factory tour video because people didn't believe that they were made
right there
in the USA. They thought they were lying because there's no way you can make an $800 guitar in America. You're a liar. They're coming from China, and you're just putting. People actually said that. And he's like, guys,
like there can't be artistic people and talented people to build a guitar in America.
Well, no, that's not for that price. Because most American guitars are double the price, so people don't believe it.
Because people are willing to pay it. So if people
yes, but there are reasons why Chris can do it, and it's basically because he himself doesn't take a massive paycheck from that,
right?
Because he has other businesses,
right?
And their whole goal and point of CMG Guitars was to put an American-made guitar in the hands of
everyday people.
Yeah, like a kid can mow yards for the summer and buy one. And working people who have families and kids and jobs and mortgages and taxes can buy an American-made guitar without really busting their budget, right? And so that's what they do. So he has the videos of that because people didn't believe him. But of course, when you're the owner of the company and you're making a video, people will still think you're lying. It's like it's just all propaganda. So we did go. Was it last year? Year before last? It was year before last. Was it? It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't 2020. Must have been 2019. Is that right? I don't even know what year it is anymore. Like the years go by so fast. It's like, hey, 11 years ago, you did. I'm like,
yeah, it was 2019.
I thought that was like 3 years ago. Yeah, I think it was. So we did go and we did do a factory tour, and I filmed it and a little expedition to Georgia. So that was
fun.
Not too long ago in my mind.
Yeah.
We don't have any plans to immediately in the near future go back. I'd love to. Always would love to. This time we would fly because driving to Georgia, driving to Statesboro from Texas was ridiculous. So I definitely would want to fly.
It's just uncomfortable with such large people and
even
in an SUV because we had
our Avalanche.
We drove the Avalanche. Oh, we did take the Avalanche.
We did drive the Avalanche. Right. Put some miles.
Yeah, that's not comfortable at all.
Not for everybody's above 6 foot except for Angela. You're but you're 5'8".
Yeah.
5'7" and 3/4.
Yeah.
Essentially 5'8".
Yeah.
You're 5'8". Yeah, so everybody else is huge. No plans in the near immediate future, unless Chris wants to schmooze me and Angela and fly us out there. And the CMG corporate jet. But not anytime soon. We're not planning on going out there. We'd love to go back. I would love to go because they're getting some new equipment. He was telling me this month they're getting a new CNC machine. They're getting rid of their old CNC machine and they're upgrading to a new one. And that's happening this month, and they're getting some more equipment and stuff. But
sounds good.
There you go, Snares Dwarf. Not anytime soon, but someday we'll go back. Yeah. All right, next question. Gelmero Romero. I don't know how to... What is that? Gelmer Romero. Gelmero. I feel like Coach Greg because he can't read names. He's always like,
I know he's always butchering them.
It's like 17 different pronunciations. It says, dude, do you ever get people that ask you if you're Billy Gibbons' son? That beard is awesome. One of these days, I'll get around to driving over there for a visit.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you should, man. That would be great.
Yeah, he gets the Billy Gibbons.
Like if you're in Texas, now granted, you could live in Texas and be 11 hours away from us, but you could. If you're in, come and see us. No, people never ask me if I'm Billy Gibbons' son.
Not son, but they ask,
What's worse is they think, are you Billy Gibbons?
Yeah, it's like, no, he's like 90 years old.
Like he's like a bajillion years old.
No, I think Billy Gibbons, like 76 or something like that.
Billy Gibbons could be my dad.
Like seriously.
He literally could be. My dad is 78.
Yes.
Just turned 78, right? Am I right?
Because he was born in 42.
42. That's right. He just had a birthday.
Yeah.
Right.
So in 2020, he was 78.
My dad is 78. So Billy Gibbons could be my dad.
Let's see how old Billy Gibbons is.
I'm not going to say...
Let's Google that.
I'm not going to say I wish Billy Gibbons...
My phone died.
I'm not going to say I wish Billy Gibbons was my dad.
Phone's dead.
It would be cool if he was my dad. If he was my uncle, that would be rad. But no, nobody's ever asked if he was my dad. That would be great. I have had students, some fairly young students, like 7, 8, 9-year-olds, because we have magazines at the shop, like music magazines and like a guitar collector magazine stuff. And one of them was like flipping through it, and of course there's a picture of Billy, like sunglasses, beanie, beard, and a guitar, and like playing. And then like one of the siblings came over and was like, "Hey."
Oh, he's younger than both of our dads. 71.
Ooh, 71.
But y'all share the same birthday.
That's right. I always forget that. Me and Billy Gibbons have the same birthday. A couple of decades apart.
Yep.
That's another reason I like Billy Gibbons. But he could still be my dad.
Yeah.
Easily. He could easily be my dad.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. He could also be Angela's dad.
Yeah.
I really love that was it Bones? The TV show Bones, that he played himself, and his daughter was one of the main characters.
Yeah, her name was Angela.
Her name was Angela.
Yeah.
And she was biracial. Was she
was biracial.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, that's freaking awesome.
7 Degrees of Billy Gibbons.
7 Degrees of Billy Gibbons. That should be a song. Oh my gosh.
Claimed.
7 Degrees of Billy Gibbons is my song. We're gonna write it.
Yes.
It's our song. I wish I was related to Billy Gibbons. That would be super sweet.
That would be.
People don't ask that.
No.
They'll say, "You like Billy Gibbons?
You look must like him. Billy Gibbons. You look like Billy
You must
Gibbons.
look like him." I'm like, well.
Yeah. Especially at the conference, Steve Jennings, who also has a beard and looks like Ryan's little brother.
He does. We have often been confused for brothers.
Almost all the time.
For like 25
years. They
years.
have these like epic beards. So they're like, it looks like ZZ Top was performing at my conference. And, I was in the middle. So it was like Ryan with the beard like right here, literally like on the side of me.
Yeah.
And then me, and then Steve, and then Brenda, our friend, who's a musician. And so it was just like beard. Beard pattern.
Beard,
all the
lady.
Beard lady.
No bearded ladies, but there were beards and ladies. That should be our name of our group, Beards and Ladies. Yeah. So if you don't know, I think I never even mentioned why we were late. I meant to say this, that we did not put out this video. We normally film usually Thursday night or early Friday morning. But this past week, Angela had a ladies conference, a women's conference.
Yeah.
To give hope to women.
Yeah.
And we had a guest speaker that flew in from Bowling Green, Kentucky. So I was on airport driving duty. I was chauffeuring back an hour and a half to freaking DFW airport and back and forth. And she had that conference, which has been like a year and a half, 2 years in the making.
Almost 2 years, yes. It'll be 2 years in the making this May. We decided to put on this conference that was basically like the wrapping of, and almost the launch pad for giving hope into like this next season. And we planned it for May of 2020.
Yeah, like Mother's Day weekend 2020.
And then of course,
which you were months of planning before that.
Yeah, no, it was a year before that. And we're like
in 2019.
We started selling tickets like immediately because of who our guest speakers were. And then
you, which is the most important speaker.
Yes.
You're my favorite speaker of all the speakers.
Right.
By the way, and you did. I'm not going to say you did the best job, but you did. You were magnificent.
So by time January of 2020, things started getting a little hairy, and then February, scarier, March, everything started shutting down. And then by the end of March, 1st of April, we only had like a month until the conference. We had to make a call because all events were shutting down at that time. And so I had to contact everybody, and we had already sold like 30 tickets. And so then we had to wait. So by August of 2020, we made a decision. We're just going to reschedule it. And we put it on pause basically.
camera reset. You had to pause it because we didn't know what the future was going to hold.
Right. So we paused it. And then we finally made just like this executive decision. Let's just go ahead and go with it. We had so many tickets sold, so much amount of money already out there. Invested. Mm-hmm. So we went ahead and planned it for March 5th and 6th of 2021. So,
then the great Texas
the
blizzard.
Texas snow blizzard happened.
The great Texas blizzard of 21.
And so we originally had it at the church where Ryan is a paid staff musician there. And then they had all these issues with the snow just wrecking the pipes and the ceilings. And,
pipes burst, and water flooded the building.
Bless their hearts. It was just so horrible for them. And they graciously, we agreed that we should bow out of that place. And that was like 2 weeks.
2 weeks before the event was supposed to happen.
So we went to our sweet brothers and sisters over at Driven Life, where we have our conference, our recitals at.
Yeah, our student
every
concerts.
year for the past 8 years. We've had our recitals at Driven Life, and they were like, "Yeah, let's do this."
They're like, "What weekend?" I'm like, "This one." They're like, "Let's look at the calendar." Yeah, it's good. Yeah. Come on over.
We're all good. Sure.
We'd love to have you.
Oh my gosh. And then it just took
saved
off.
Our biscuits.
Yes, saved our biscuits were definitely burning, but we got it. And and so this yesterday and the day before yesterday and yesterday we had my very first conference held. We had about 36 ladies show up in person, and almost 40 with all the help and everybody that was there. Was about 40 people. And then we had almost 10 to 12, because I think depending on people's internet service and how it was working out, joined us on via Zoom. So it was great. It was a lot of fun, a lot of hard work,
a ton of work.
We'll show a couple of pictures, I guess, maybe, so you can see. But if you follow me, you have seen it. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram.
So there was a massive chunk of this past week leading into, especially the 2 days leading into it. Or we closed the shop for 2 days so we could, take care of stuff. And there was zero time to film an Ask RNA.
Yeah, so that's why we're here today.
That's why we're here. You're
going to see it later.
We're going to be a few days late, but I did not want to miss, we've shot an Ask RNA every week for years now. And I don't want to, it can be a day or two late, that's fine. But we're going to stay on schedule, and then we'll have another Ask RNA in 5 days. So
yeah. So I'm really tired.
Yes.
Exhausted, actually. But here I am.
I'm also tired. It's probably 30% less tired than Angela.
Yeah.
70% less tired. I don't know.
Yeah.
You worked your face off. I worked some of my face off.
Yeah. It was equally exhausting.
We're both really tired.
Yeah.
But we're here for you guys. All right.
Yeah.
No, Billy Gibbons. Okay, thank you, Gel Marrow.
Yeah.
Gel Marrow. I don't know.
Yeah.
Next question, and another question actually from Frankie Chan. Says #BoomerSoomer. Question: ever had any experience with semi-hollow guitars? I have mine on the blue 2021 PRS SE Zach Myers. That's following the theme. It's a mid-ish range guitar, but with great specs and quality. All right. Frankie, I do not, nor have I ever owned a semi-hollow guitar, but I have played quite a few semi-hollows.
Yeah.
The first one that really caught my attention, kind of made me want one, was back in the day when we lived in Tulsa. I had some friends who had a little guitar store and lesson studio, kind of like what we do. And I went over there and took some lessons from Larry. And I was like, I have a music degree, and I know stuff. I've been playing for forever, but it never hurts sometimes to go in and brush up on a few things. And if there's always somebody who knows more, no matter how much you know, there's somebody who knows more. Right? So I would go in and hey, Larry, and of course we clicked, and we like the same music. I was like, well, show me a few things, man.
Right.
And he had a Schecter C1 semi-hollow that I was like, that's pretty rad. Because you could plug it in. It had Seymour Duncan humbuckers in it, plug it into an amp and rip it, But also, if you wanted to not play through an amp and just practice sort of unplugged, as you know, grown-ups, you may have to do if you have young kiddos or babies, in the other room trying to sleep, and Mama's trying to sleep because she's the kids, and but you want to practice. That's one of the nice things about the semi-hollows is they do project a little bit more volume than just a normal electric guitar unplugged, but not as much as a normal acoustic. So I always like the idea of a semi-hollow, number one, for that. Number two, because they're quite a bit lighter. And as you level up in the game of life, sometimes a lighter guitar is better, especially if you've ever had a shoulder injury or back injuries or any of that kind of stuff. Sometimes, a big beast of a guitar, anything in that 8 to a 12 pound range is like, I like this guitar, but man, if you got to stand up and play for a couple of hours, as I've done. Yeah, I realized that in my 30s, and I was like, we were having like 4-hour practices on stage and like standing, and like, this guitar's pretty heavy. Yeah. Like, it wasn't that bad for about 45 minutes, and then.
But now it sucks.
So yeah, I like them, Frankie. And I personally, I kind of want one. I don't know. There are some semi-hollow solo 6s that Schecter made a while back, EAs, that I've always like, oh, those are kind of rad. I want one of those. But one has never really popped up for sure at the right price. But yeah, I think they're cool. I don't think you'd be disappointed. Most of the PRS stuff is fantastic. The SE line is great. I have 2 SEs. Neither one are semi-hollow. But I kind of want one strictly for that reason. Now, thankfully, I'm feeling good right now. Like, I'm not having any back, joint, shoulder problems. So regular guitars are okay. But I have had moments. I think we've all had moments where you've overdone it. And if you ever thrown out your back...
We've both done that.
Yeah, but you still got to play for some reason. Not just for enjoyment, but like maybe you have a gig and you are responsible to. Maybe you have, someone's depending on you. I said responsible. Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking. Someone's depending on you is the word I was looking for. Like, having a really light guitar is something good to have in your arsenal. Thanks for the question, Frankie. Why am I thinking Freddie?
I don't know.
Fred Kowalo, Guitar Tech of the Stars. Frankie Chan. Final question. I think I was thinking Final and Frankie at the same time.
Probably.
Final question. Walking Dead. 1369. All right. So he says, how Texas is Buccees Gas Station? Really? I asked because they're building one here in my town in South Carolina. So how Texas is Buccees? Well, Buccees... It's pretty Texas. Like we had our guest speaker who flew in.
It is Texas, basically.
It's a Texas-sized gas station.
Yeah.
Think of your normal corner gas station as like Rhode Island, or something like that. Then imagine a Texas-sized version of that, and you have a Buccees. Our guest speaker, Brittany, who flew in from Kentucky, like I had to go pick her up at the airport. Of course, we drove past. There's a Buccees, just like
Tennessee. Oh, no, she is in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yeah.
I always think she flew in from Tennessee.
She flew in from Nashville.
Yes. In my brain, I'm thinking, no, she flew out of Nashville.
She flew out of Nashville,
She is from Kentucky.
She's from Kentucky. But she flew out of Nashville, which is like 30 minutes from where she's at in Kentucky.
Yeah.
They don't have a Buccees there. But we drove past and like, you ever heard of a Buccees? She's like, oh, what's that? I'm like, oh, you're going to see because we're going to drive right past us. Like, this is the most Texas gas station you've ever seen. She's like, what? I was like, yeah, there's like 100 pumps. And it's like the size of a freaking Walmart. You go in there, and I was trying to explain it. I was like, I really can't explain this to you. Like, we never had a chance. We stopped there for gas. But I was like, you should really go in there. But I didn't tell her that. But I was like, if you've never been to a Buccees, you should go in there. Because it's like, they've got
Did she
like
go
food.
in?
No, she didn't.
Okay.
She was handling. She's trying to work out her flight info.
Okay.
But it's like, they have their own line of candies. And like popcorn and
How
nuts.
late is it? Can we go to Buccees real quick?
It's 24/7, I thought. Is it not? I thought they were 24/7. I could be wrong.
I would love some Buccees gummies right now.
They have their own like gummy worms and gummy bears. And
They're
like,
so good.
They have like
their sour gummy bears are the best.
They have a whole half the sections like you can buy a bunch of Texas stuff like T-shirts and
see that's signs. The thing. I think they'll South Carolina your Buccees.
Yeah, they'll probably put
The only thing about it is it's just large.
It's super freaking huge.
Like comparing it to, and honestly, comparing it to a Walmart is not necessarily correct. Only because I've been in other
Walmart
states that are so small.
I've been in Walmarts that are smaller than Buc-ee's.
Right.
Crap. I think about that.
Yeah. So we've stopped at Walmarts in Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama that are smaller than Buc-ee's. That's how big Buc-ee's is. Yeah. So you think 2 lanes of gas pumps divided by an actual street, and then a street wide to before you get to the actual gas station. There is Bucky right there. Here's the little Bucky boy.
Hi, Bucky.
There's Bucky.
Look at the size of this.
It's a throw blanket, and it's the softest blanket. I'm glad you got it off the floor. It was keeping out the draft.
It was keeping out the sub-zero temperatures.
Whenever we had the sub-zero temperatures, so Bucky kept us warm. But it's like doubled up, quadrupled up gas. So what you would have at a normal gas station, where you have 1, 2, 3, 4, it would be like, rows and like rows.
50 of those.
Yeah. On either side. So there's not just front to back. Sometimes they're side to side. They're big.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's almost, you get almost awestruck at first. And some people just travel to go to Buc-ee's because it's crazy. And then like inside they also have like a barbecue station. Like we do. I don't know if South Carolina will have it because I don't know how much you appreciate barbecue. But it'll have
Surely in South Carolina.
You'd be surprised. They're more like shrimp and stuff like that. So they're more like
they have some Bucky shrimp.
That'd be like Bubba shrimp.
Beaver shrimp.
But they have
beaver nuggets.
So they have like this station where these chefs are in the middle carving like brisket and like pumping out these sandwiches with like onions and pickles and some with sweet sauce, some with like it's just like all this. And then they have like a fast food restaurant in there where you can get hot dogs and pizza and burgers and salads and all kinds of stuff. And they get you to order, and you see people just sitting there waiting with their order, and they have all these screens, and they have a wall of slushies and just drinks, and then they have a whole other section. So it's divided. The food is divides Buc-ee's with all the
like typical
convenient gas
station
stuff,
food which stuff, is ridiculous.
Which is just aisles like a grocery store.
Endless.
And then on the other side, it has stuff like this, but it also has stuff like women's apparel, men's apparel. T-shirts. Depending on how close you are to the beach, they might have swimming stuff, and they just, flirts. like cookware and like hats and shirts and shoes. You can buy boots. Well, we could buy boots at Buc-ee's, and just ridiculous stuff.
Redonkulous.
It's hard to explain. You have to experience it. And every exit has a cashier. So like side to side and front, not to back.
The bathrooms are super clean.
Yes, and the bathrooms are awesome because it's just, they're like the stalls that have that occupied, and they just...
Yeah, there's lots of them. It's big. It's massive.
Yeah.
It's the Texas of gas stations.
It really is.
It really is.
They outdid themselves. I would love to know who owns Buc-ee's.
That'd
be interesting. What family... If it's family or corporation owned, because Walmart started off as Sam Walton's family's business.
What if it's publicly traded? If it's not, we should buy some stock in Buc-ee's. Or if it ever is on the verge of going public. I bet it's privately owned. That would be my guess.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, so yeah, it's very Texas, but I'm sure they will have very South Carolina.
It's Texas in the sheer immensity of it. And excellence.
Because even Californians who come over and they cross a Buc-ee's are just like awestruck. They're like, what is this? And everybody will talk about a Buc-ee's. Everybody.
Oh, y'all don't have gas stations in California?
Quick Trip was the big daddy for a while there because Quick Trip had everything, like food wise.
They were small.
They were like, how like 7-Eleven was just like, what? Yeah, I go to 7-Eleven. I get my nachos at 7-Eleven. I get my hot dogs. I get my Slurpee at 7-Eleven. You had this thing that you can associate with 7-Eleven. It was like this real big branding thing. And then Quick Trip for us, which is Oklahoma, Texas, became a really big thing because they like upped the ante on fast food in a gas station.
And the quality.
Then nice. Buc-ee's came around and said, hold my beer. And they just were like... pump some steroids in it.
You think Quick Trip is nice?
Yes. They're like, okay, Oklahoma, you got Quick Trip. We got Buc-ee's. What?
is ridiculous. Ridiculous. So you're in for a treat, Walking Dead.
Yes.
Man, that blanket is nice.
I was just had a thought. I was like, I always wondered like why they did like a beaver. I think it's because, you know, beavers build dams, and every time you think of Bucky's, you're like, damn. Like, whenever, like, you know, you're just like, that is a big gas station.
That makes a lot of sense.
You know?
Actually. I never thought of that.
I was like, why a beaver? I was like, well, beavers build dams, and every time people see it, they're like, damn, look at that. Look at that gas station. What? Bucky's.
Bucky's,
there you
y'all.
go.
All right. There you go. And that was the final question of the day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Sorry we're a couple days late.
Yeah.
And you may not.
You're fine.
You may not see this. What time is
You're
it?
Fine.
Ah, crap. It's 7:38 at night. Sunday night. Y'all will probably see this tomorrow on a Monday.
Probably.
But hope you enjoyed it. If you have a question for next week, please leave it down below. And it's time for our super fun game that we play. What do you think is going to be the word? If you watch this entire video from the beginning to end, all 45 minutes of it, or 1 hour of it, or an hour and 20 minutes, or whatever we were doing, is a secret hashtag of the day. If you watch the entire thing with your comment down below, and or your question, or whatever, or just by itself, type in hashtag Buccees, and we will know. It's our little secret. We'll know that you watched this whole video, and you are a legend.
You can't do this anymore because people think you're Illuminati.
The what? Oh, you can't say.
Yeah.
It's a secret. It's a secret. Well, that's just stupid.
Yeah, I know.
That's retarded.
People pick
you
you
can't
apart.
go, okay. I'm like, that's a devil sign. I'm like,
you're a devil sign.
Saying okay is, good Lord.
Yes. So you got it. Buccees. And it's Bucees.
That was Bucc.
Is it CC?
I don't know. I have to look it up.
Buccees.
You think it's not?
Buccees.
It's not Buck.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
No, it's like Bucee with
E.
an E.
2 E's. 2 E's is more Texas.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see y'all in the next video.
Yep.
Please ask a question for next week. Leave your comment. You might get selected for comment of the day if you have a great comment. And until then, we will keep the music alive.
Yes, don't forget it.
Don't forget it. The music needs you.
And you need the music.
And we need to keep it alive for the next generation.
Yeah, we do.
So they can
experience Buccees.
The magnificence of Buccees.
That's right.
You knew where I was going with that.
Yes,
girl.
I did.
All right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Adios.
Mama wants to go to Buccees.
I do. I think that'd be fun.
You better Google it. I don't know what time they open. How late are they open? We go to Buccees. Just wait. No, I gotta edit this video.
Yeah, you do.
They're open 24/7. We can go after I edit.
Okay. How late is Buccees open? $24/7.
Told you.
Oh wait. Buccees Terrell is open 24 hours. Yes.
Mama's going to Buccees.
Yeah, I am.